Hello everyone, thanks for joining in and taking a look at this video. This is my second video of the day. This is Nathan bringing you another very nice car, and this one has a personal history with me. Hi, my name's Nathan, nice to meet you. Sporting my Haggerty hat today. It's getting a little overcast and cloudy. Thanks for taking a look. Let's look at this awesome BMW. This was my stepfather's car since it was new. He purchased this car brand new at Yark BMW in Toledo, Ohio. That's where I grew up, in Toledo, Sylvania area. So he bought this car brand new in May of 1997. The car is a 1997 BMW Z3 2.8 Roadster convertible 5-speed manual. Nowadays, this is the car to have. The 2.8 is far superior and just increases the fun factor exponentially on this car compared to its smaller engine sibling, the 1.9 liter. And of course, with a manual transmission, much more fun than an automatic. The horsepower doesn't sound like a lot nowadays, but the horsepower on this 2.8 liter is 189 horsepower, which is almost 50 more than the 1.9 liter was 138. So this car also has an additional 70 foot-pounds of torque. So much more power, much more torque, much more fun to drive with the bigger engine. The 0 to 60 time is almost 2 seconds less in this car than the 1.9. This is like 6.3 seconds. The 1.9 is 7.9 seconds. So needless to say, you can see it's very bright red. The BMW color name is Hellrot Red, which translates to English, I guess, to say bright red. So bright red or brilliant red, but the technical BMW name is Hellrot Red. So if you've come to this video from the ad, you know this car has some miles. This car has just short of 260,000 miles. So he bought this car new and drove it daily in the nice weather. He has usually 2 other cars at a time that he drives in the winter, so this car never really saw any winter driving or salt or snow. But he drove this car from Ohio, from Toledo area, Sylvania area, up to northwest Detroit for work. So daily, that's a lot of miles. 75, 80 miles each way times 2, 160 miles a day. So that's where the mileage came from on this car. But with this one, I can confidently say that I know that the vast majority of the mileage is highway mileage because of all that work travel. Don't judge the Michigan license plate if you're from Ohio and you're considering this car, because he did in fact live in Ohio when he bought it. Now lives in Michigan, but he's still an Ohio person as well, and bought it from an Ohio dealer. So anyway, it runs and drives excellent. It's running right now. You can hear how well it runs. I'll be making a separate video of me driving the car in town and on the freeway like I like to do. It drives very nicely. It shifts nicely. Everything works on the car except the air conditioning. The air conditioning does not work. It hasn't worked for a number of years. He doesn't care because he used it for exactly what I assume whoever's going to buy it will use it for. Top down, motoring fun. Leave the top down all summer, leave the hard boot on and enjoy. So that's the only thing that doesn't work. It has excellent service history throughout its entire life. He took it to the dealer for the first while of its life. This is the Carfax here. I didn't bring the service records out here with me. Now, this does say 2 owners. It's a clean Carfax. It is not 2 owners. It is 1. When he moved from Ohio to Michigan, you can see he bought it new with 2,400 miles in May 14. Actually, he bought it May 2nd, but this is when the title went in his name, May 14th, 1997. Serviced at the same BMW dealership. When he moved to Michigan, Carfax interpreted that as a new owner, but it is not a new owner. It was just him moving. You can see the service entries here. Just wanted to show this. 2008, 130,000 miles, and so on. And then here, this is when he moved to Michigan in 2010, some more service at Yark, and then just the registration renewals. So the service trails off a little bit on here. He started taking it somewhere that didn't report. And then notably in the spring of 2017, so about 4 years ago from current date, when the car had 232,000 miles, his mileage on the car has decreased over the years. So 232,000 miles, about 28,000 miles ago, and 4 years ago, nearly double the current asking price of the car was spent on a basically restoration of this car. It had a new paint job. That's why the paint looks as wonderful as it does for it being 24 years old and having the mileage that it does. The headlights were restored. The fog light lenses were replaced. The BMW emblems on the front, the back, and the sides were all replaced. The BMW center caps on the wheels were all replaced. So that's the cosmetic stuff. The mechanicals at that time, and this was done by a well-known European service shop here in the Columbus area, and you will have the receipts for this and the other work that was done at the dealership if you purchased the car. But the work that was done at 232,000 miles, that was about $5,000 just on the mechanicals, was all of the caps and stuff on the outside, the valve cover gasket replaced, the rear shocks replaced, the belts replaced, the tensioners and pulleys replaced, the front brakes and rotors replaced, the idle air control valve replaced, brake fluid changed. The Continental tires you see on it right here, right now, were installed. 4 new Continental DWS06 tires and alignment. The windshield washer pump was replaced because it had a leak. And there's a handful of other small parts and seals and oil stand gasket and some other things. So that total bill just for the mechanicals and the emblems was about $5,000. The paint job was about $4,000. And there's something on the inside that was done at that time as well. I'll show you here in a moment, the driver's side seat. The tires are still excellent currently. They have about 8/32 tread. Again, Continental Extreme Contact DWS06. These are 16-inch wheels, 225 50/16. All the wheels are in nice shape. You can see how clean and smooth the rotor still looks, and these were put on almost 4 years ago. The car's always been kept inside. Always been garage kept and kept inside. You can see the brake pad in there. Front brakes have about 70% remaining currently. Rear brakes have about 80% remaining. So rear brakes are nice and clean too, but not quite as new as the front. Let's see, look at the other wheels and then we can take a look inside. It's a great car. It's a great car for a fun summer runaround car. And it's definitely good looking. It definitely doesn't look its age. It's amazing to think that this car is even 24 years old, because it really doesn't, I don't think it looks like it. So it has the hard boot cover, which is very nice. I'll remove that here in a moment. Let me open this to show you. There's a little storage pocket here, and then this lid opens. This is another like compartment you can store things in. I'm gonna set my Carfax and papers in there. You can actually lock that so that someone can't get in there when you leave the car unattended with the top down. I'll take a look in the trunk real quick. Trunk is very clean. The convertible top boot piece does fit back here with the wings of it folded over themselves. The battery's actually back here. All the tools are here, which is sometimes not true. There's the jack. Battery I don't believe is terribly old either. I remember when he replaced that. Start strong. So all the stuff is here. So there is that. Original VIN tag on the trunk and the service card phone number. Let's take a look inside and then we'll look under the hood. How about that? So driver's side door panel, a little bit of sun cracking right there. Just a little color wear on that material, but I think it's overall very nice. And you know, just listen to this door. They don't make stuff like this anymore. It's not as heavy, it's not as solid and well built. I love the Roadster on the sill plate. You can see how nice the door check strap is. It's so well made that even with the mileage and as many times that this door has been open and closed, it's still as quiet as can be. So, carpet's in nice shape. All the pedal covers, good shape. This was the other thing that was done at the spring of 2017, revamped this BMW. I believe it was about $500. Had a professional upholstery shop reupholster this entire seat, the entire face. So all these panels here, all through the middle, and the entire bottom. This was all new. Obviously, still looks like new. You know, you can see the passenger one. I'll go over there in a minute. That's original. It's a little harder and drier, but you know, it's not ripped or anything. But this one did have some rips, so we redid that whole seat, and it turned out really nice. It's very nice. It is power forward and back, and then manual backrest. So that was another $500 on top of the mechanicals and on top of the paint job and everything else. Some measly cup holders if you dare to put your drink in there. I wouldn't. A compartment to keep, I don't know, your phone, I guess, nowadays. Power window switches, manual 5-speed. The shift knob is actually in remarkable condition. Just a little bit of wear on the leather, but the burl wood is still very nice. Cigarette lighter, of course. Clock. It does have heated seats. The heated seats do work. So if you plan to drive this in the cool or on a crisp fall or spring day, the heated seats do work on both sides. Climate control, like I said, AC does not work. Original radio. It sounds okay. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but it works. So wouldn't be a bad idea for some nice, more powerful modern speakers. Does have all the original owner's manuals right here in the glove box, along with the radio code for the radio, because this does take a code. Also has 2 original keys right there. Steering wheel leather is pretty darn nice. A little bit of dryness, and it's not sticky or icky, you know, just a little bit of dryness and cracking from sun and age exposure, but the stitching is all nice on the inside. So horn works. There's the exact mileage, 259,759. Gas gauge does work. It does have a full tank of gas. The sun is shining right on it. That right here, the airbag light is on. It's been on for about 9 years, and he's never cared, never had it looked at, never asked anybody to diagnose it. Don't know why, don't know what. Car's never been wrecked, but the light's on is what it is. So there's the mileage. You can see the idle is perfect. The engine is strong on this car. It's been well loved and well cared for, has not been abused. Cruise control right there. Manual headlights, also fog lights. Actually, I'm gonna turn those on. Let's look at the other side, and then just about the same on the upper door panel right here from the sun. This handle came loose long ago, and I believe it was glued, and it's been good ever since. Roadster. Like I said over there, this is the original passenger seat material. You can see how the original material had these little dots in it. The replacement is a little bit different, but this is still nice. It's soft. It's just it's soft. It's not hard as a rock. Sometimes convertible interiors that have had excessive sun exposure can be about as hard as a brick. This is still pretty nice. So a little bit of separation right there. Yeah. dual airbags. That was a big deal in 1997. All right, let's look under the hood. And then I'll put the top up, show you the top. I love these gills on the side with the BMW emblem and the turn signal marker on the side of the car. So I turned on the parking lights and fog lights, which is, to me, always an iconic look on this era of car. This was kind of a style thing then. I still think it's pretty sexy nowadays. Love these wing windows here. So, engine compartment is extra clean. Extra. Look how nice. There's the VIN tags on the fenders. There's the VIN tag on the hood. Does that engine sound like it has the mileage that this does? It's amazing. There's the original color name, Hellrot Red. There's the VIN tag. Got a little bit of paint on it during the repaint, but it's the original panel. Look how clean. I mean, look, it's so nice. Original hood pad with the BMW logo. Cars nowadays that are 2-3 years old, these are falling off of the hoods. Look how well that's holding up to the top of that hood. Or to the bottom of the hood, whatever. But amazing. This is what I mean when stuff isn't made like it used to be. Yeah, just this motor has a fantastic reputation of durability and reliability. It's fantastic. I'm gonna let you listen here for a moment to the engine running. All right, so close the hood. Great car. Great car that's a whole lot of fun. A lot of fun for husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, mom and daughter or son. Halogen lights, but they all work. Some stone chips on the hood after the repaint because it has gone 30,000 miles, but I did have them professionally touched up. So touch-up paint on some chips here along the hood and some on the bumper, but still looks really, really good. There's some little chips down low on the bumper, but looks very nice overall. So let's see. Have you seen enough? Would you like to see the top up? So I think I'll put the top. I think I'll show you the top now. I think that covers everything. We saw the trunk, we saw the inside, the engine compartment, the wheels, the tires, talked about the service history, the Carfax. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel, leave any comments or feedback or thoughts or suggestions. I'd appreciate that. If you're interested in the car, my phone number is posted in the comments section. Feel free to call or text me about the car. So you pull this off, lift this up. It's a bit of a circus act. Hang on. That one has to. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Sorry about some things are hard to do without an assistant. Set this. This is in great shape. It was actually in his basement for like 22 years. He never used this. So the original instructions are right there. It was never, he never used it because he just threw the top down and went. Didn't want to deal with it. So here's how the top looks without that. It goes up and down super easy. All right. So, and unlike modern cars of today that all have power convertible tops, this one requires strong arm strength, and it really isn't difficult. I mean, I'm obviously clearly doing it with one hand right now, just a little bit of oomph to get it going and let it flop, and it's not difficult. It's probably, you can't really do it when you're sitting in the car, but, and then right here, push there. This is one of the greatest engineered top mechanisms. Watch. You push, the hook goes up into the hole, and when you push to lock it, it pulls it tight, and you flip the visors back up and you're done. That's it. Easy as that. Now it's really easy. I want to show you the condition of the top. It is very easy to drop it. Literally the definition of drop top. I'll show you here after we look. So this is the original top. It does have some wear marks. It does have some check lines, you know, but overall it is in nice shape. It's got to be far better than most 1997s. The window is a little, you know, like right there, it's come undone a little bit right there. I mean, the plastic window is a little cloudy, but it's pretty nice. You know, it'll protect you from the elements, but it's not as hermetically sealed, same thing over here, as it would have been when it was brand new. But if that bothers you, you can certainly go spend the money for a new top, which on this car isn't going to cost a whole lot because it's so small. And I would highly recommend the same upholstery shop that did the seat if you decide you'd like to have a new top. So the main part over your head is nice and tight. All the rods are good, fabric's nice, the seals around the windows are nice, windows go up just fine. Oh, there's a little spider. So there's that. I think it's pretty nice considering. So now in reverse, say you were at a traffic light, even you don't even have to pull these down, but I like to pull them down just to get out of the way. Pop that open, see the handle right here, so those are released. So I'm gonna grab this handle, lift. I'm trying to show you as I do it. So see how I'm holding onto the handle and I'm bringing it up and down. Once you get to about here, you literally can drop the top. And I think that I'm kind of amusing myself. I think that might be why it's called a drop top. And it's not necessary to close these, but you could. But it's not going to hurt anything. So, I mean, they can stay just like that. Then they're ready so that when you flip it back up, all you have to do is lock it. So there it is. Here's the upper part of the windshield seal. That's where those pins go in. The seal's very good up here. I do believe also, I noticed this the other day, that this is the original glass. I haven't ever asked him, but being that it has the BMW logo on it, I do believe that it might be the original windshield, which is truly almost remarkable for the mileage. There's the other side, the seal. So there you have it. Almost 25 minutes. The video I did earlier was like 30-some minutes, but it was a bigger car and had a little more to talk about. But this is very nice. This is very fun. You can hear how well it runs. I know the miles are a little higher, but I would rather own a car like this all day, every day. I would rather own a car like this that has been well cared for and driven by an older man than something that's had 5 owners with very little service records or information in more average condition, that's maybe had an accident maybe it only has 150,000 miles. My point, I think you can hear if you're still listening, is I'd rather have a one owner, well cared for, well taken care of, and kept up car with higher miles than a lower mileage car that hasn't been as well cared for. This car, if it's reasonably cared for, there's no reason someone can't enjoy this for many, many more years to come. This BMW engine has a fantastic reputation. I appreciate your time, appreciate you watching. Give me a call or a text if you're interested to look at it. Leave your comments. I'd like to read your comments. Subscribe to my channel. Also take a look at the video of me driving it. It's always interesting to drive a manual transmission, but with recording, but I'm sure I can do it. So that video should be right next to this one on the channel. So thanks again for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.